Heavy security presence over planned rally in Lagos. Security operatives have cordoned off the Gani Himi Park in Ojota, Lagos, over a planned rally. The nation observed scores of armed security men, including police officers, RRS operatives, Lagos State Task Force, and Lagos State Neighborhood Security Watch. There's a Lagos State Neighborhood Security Watch? Wow, were stationed at strategic points to prevent any rally. So imagine all the resources these people had. But then when the herdsmen were busy on their rampage, these bodies, these institutions, these security agencies were nowhere to be found, as in they were quiet. Nothing. Police water cannon vans, Black Maria, and armored RRS tanks were also sighted at the venue of the proposed rally. But when your people were dying, when your people were being robbed and raped and maimed, especially in really remote areas of the state, you were quite nothing. You didn't exist. All of a sudden, you're now pulling out this agency from this agency, that agency. Wow. There is traffic gridlock at Ojota and surrounding areas over roadblock mounted at the section leading to the park. It was gathered a non-government organization, Yoruba Appraisal Forum, had planned a peace rally for Friday, but Lagos Command had warned the forum against holding any rally in the state. The Lagos police person Olumuyiwa Adejobi in a statement on Thursday citing security concerns and a third wave of COVID-19. Oh, shut! I mean, this does not even make sense at all. The third wave. Where were you during the first or second wave? First wave, not like as if you guys even planned to properly take off Nigerians or low-income earners and people on the street, trying to tell them, to isolate. And then second wave, what even happened? Was it not you guys hiding palliatives? I mean, one of your leaders, your colleagues, basically had a party and used the palliatives that they were meant to give people to eat, and use them as souvenirs, and use them. Don't you see how bad this is? Using flimsy excuses that you yourself, they're not even being fully honest about this. And it's very, very, very sad. Very sad, very embarrassing. It's just like heavy security, because this is heavy security presence. Because the people didn't ask for it. Because when they are, don't you listen to the people? Like, when they ask for your presence, you don't show up. When they don't need you, aka when they want to demand something, which is their right, all of a sudden you're like, we can't hear, like you don't speak English no more. For some reason, you're like, oh, what are they talking about? And that is very much concerning, because I'm like, security issues and a third wave of COVID-19. Are you even planning to vaccinate every single Nigerian? Exactly. That is what I thought. That is what you're not even planning to try and aim to vaccinate all Nigerians. If that is the least you can do in these times, you're not trying to do that. But in these times, Nigerians are surviving. And in this third wave, Nigerians are risking their lives. You see how bad the economy is? You see how bad? They're not even trying, okay, fine, it's the third wave. Let's not even come out. No, they said no. They don't want to. And with the third wave and all that, they understood that. They are conscious of that. And yet they still chose that, we are going to go fight for a better Nigeria. Look at this. Because it's their right. If they want to leave, they can leave. If they want to, you cannot dictate that. Someone says they can only show their powers for peaceful protesters, but when they see Fulani herdsmen, the rest is history. That is true. Hope it's only police, water cannons and tear gas that was sighted and not live bullets. You really think? You really, really, really think? Not that they're scared. And I'm like, you doing this, don't you understand that it makes you look even worse as a government? Like, it makes you look very, 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 very bad. It makes you look so bad. Like, just leave them, let them protest. Your job, in fact, is to make sure that they're safe and they protest and they get home safe. That is literally all. That's like all that you have to do. It's really, really, really no more than that. That's it. That's all that you have to do. Just make sure that the people are safe. You make sure that there isn't any intrusion with, violence, and that is all you have to do. Not necessarily block the whole thing. Because, again, with the disrespect that the security agencies have for Nigerians, yes, they disrespect them. I mean, they violate Nigerians every single time. It is not far-fetched to think that something would escalate, and then a police officer who is probably untrained, who was using this job as a result of, condition, will literally start, shooting, and then stray bullets like this. So let's not pretend, okay? Like tear gas and all that, that's going to be like in the first minute. From 5 minutes, it's bullet. And they will do that. And you know that they will do that. Because they don't rate Nigerians. Because really and truly, they don't rate themselves. And you know what? That is sad. And that is, has to do with their internal issues. Really and truly, they have to deal with it. Because they're not the only set of people like in Nigeria that are suffering. And you being a public servant sounds very harsh, but your job is to protect. Your job is to literally protect the citizens. And it is expected of you. So, unfortunately, you cannot really complain. If you don't want to do it, then don't be in the force. But then don't enter the police or enter any security agency. And then at any given opportunity, because of some elitist kind of view, and because again we genuinely still have that military era type thing flowing amongst us. Yeah, we do have that. So you may feel it's justified to just shoot, but it's really not. It's really, really not. And again, if Nigeria should start protesting against the whole police, then it's going to be a whole different situation, saying, "Oh, we don't value the police and what they go through." Listen, no, at all. It's not it at all. Somebody says, let all go out and protest against oppression. Maybe they resolve to detain all Yorubas and Igbos. I mean, that's it. Would they have space? Listen, we are more than them. And that is very, very true. We are much more than them. And honestly, there is no way. Like, as much as, okay, fine, sometimes I feel like, okay, fine, the world does not really understand it, and the world will probably turn away its face, which is obviously sad at certain times. I genuinely feel like what the government cannot do is go on a proper killing spree, because that would hold them account. I mean, the world, the actual citizens of other countries in the world would be livid that they would force their own countries to hold Nigeria accountable. I hope that is not where we're going to go, but with this country, with the race for them to break international law by abducting Nnamdi Kanu, I don't really think anything else is in their way. But I wish they had this vim, this passion, this energy to, fight Boko Haram as well as, bandits and herdsmen. But what I think, don't forget to like and subscribe.